What's going on, people? What's the word? What's the word? I'm sitting here with Minnesota's own.
Tip with 10 eyes.
Hey, hey, how you doing? How you doing, brother?
I'm living well, man. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad to be with the homies.
Appreciate you, man, taking time out. I know you leave for tour tomorrow and sliding me in real quick, man. I appreciate that so much.
Anything, bro.
All right, man. So for the people that don't know you, man, we're about to get them familiar with you. So I got some questions for you, man. So tell me, man, how did you start in music, man?
It was pretty natural, I'd say, just because I've always like been a avid fan and avid listener, and I was just like so obsessed with it that like I got started as a producer in I think probably like 2008 or something like that. But I was terrible. I was the worst.
Oh.
Like just very bad. And
I didn't know that.
and then after a little while, I just naturally, like, I never even wanted to DJ, really,
Mm-hmm.
but someone asked me to do a show,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did it, and it was easy. It was just easy to me, you know, like, it actually is very easy, like, DJing in general.
Nah.
No, trust me, bro, I could teach you in a day. I've done it. I've taught people in a day. Like, if you have rhythm, like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you got rhythm, it's easy. But no, like, and then after that, I kind of got a little bit more into it because I figured, like, if I was going to do it, I want to do it and be real good.
Right.
As good as I could be. And then I just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And actually, someone who helped me out a lot with that shit is Bobby. At least on, like, the, like...
Bobby
Raps. Like,
I mean, I know that. I just need the
on
people
like
to.
on like the building my career side.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he would involve me in stuff that he didn't necessarily like have to,
Mm-hmm.
but he would just call me and be like, "Yo, bro, like come over here," and that led to like a bunch more shit with me. So like, basically, that's kind of how I got started. Is just loving it and just trying shit out, failing and doing, you know, trying whatever and seeing what works, and DJing worked the best, I guess. You know what I'm
Oh, okay.
saying? Yeah.
Okay, I've talked to you before about this, but tell the people kind of the movement that you started with in Minnesota
So
with the promotions and all that good stuff.
I mean, so basically, I'd say I got my real start in 2014. That's when I became Tip, and that's when things kind of started to go better because I had a whole nother career that people I don't ever really talk about or nobody really knows about. That's like the audio perm shit, and that was me and Bobby's group with like
that's where I was going with it.
8 other people. But that, you know, it was like a lot of them now kind of don't really make music anymore, and that was like my baby. Like that was something that I like created with the homies, and it was just like we were just mobbing. So we did Soundset, which is a big festival here, and we opened for like Schoolboy a bunch of times, Absol, Kendrick, like E40, like, so we were like on the local shit, but then that kind of fizzled out, and then Bobby had fell in with Corbin, who was Spooky Black, because Corbin knew about like audio perm and he fucked with Bobby.
Okay.
So then Bobby and him linked, started working on shit, and that's what I was talking about when I said, like, you know, Bobby would call me into shit. Like he would just call me and be like, "Yo, come kick it with us, woo woo woo, like we're doing this, doing that." So I kind of fell in with that because me and Corbin were cool because neither of us we didn't drink or smoke or nothing like that, and we were just goofballs. So it would just be us three kicking it, and then eventually Simon got down and Alan got down, and then
Yeah, I was about to say. So how did that whole group and that whole wave, the Standard, I would say, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Standard.
How did that all come about?
It was basically like real like natural shit. Like we were just kicking it. We just happened to all be, because Alan was kind of going up on his own, and Simon was like my homie, and he was going up on his own, and we all had our respective kind of waves going on. So it all kind of converged when we would just like be at the studio, and we would all be there at the same time, and then they started working on songs together, and then they made the group, and they were like, okay, we want you to be the official DJ. So I was the official DJ for the Standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did the album. We did the album with Doc McKinney. We recorded. We moved to Toronto.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, for like 2 months, and we stayed. It was the same place that The Weeknd did House of Balloons and all that. Like the first Weeknd stuff, where all that was kind of made with Doc McKinney.
Oh, that's
he was
dope.
like co-producing it. So that was crazy.
So, were you guys signed, or was that all independent?
That was independent. The Standard shit was independent, and even like most of Corbin's shit, like his whole like rise and his whole everything about his shit was independent. You know what I'm saying? There was never any like label push or any like back shit. It was all just natural shit.
Didn't you guys do? Actually, I know you guys did a big tour. That was all independent too.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was just shit. That was yeah, it was just all independent. Like Doc knew a shitload of people just because he's been in the game for so long.
Mm-hmm.
He's way older than us. Like, so he set up the tour, and that was wild. That was still one of the wildest things, because he was like for real like a heartthrob to these people. Like this was before like Lil Peep and before like any of that wave had like popped off really.
Yeah.
So he was like and still is like that dude for like a big group of people. So like just seeing how people were like towards him, it was just like a rabid like every word that he said, every move that he made, like even like Kylie Jenner would be like tweeting his lyrics, and then he would just not even care. and he would not only not care, like he would like diss her, you know what I'm saying? Like be like, yo, like I don't want, like basically he didn't even care if people listen to his music or whatever. Like he didn't really want that. So that's like that was kind of his.
Did he like when DJ Khaled came out to the New York show? I want to say.
He liked it.
Okay.
He fucked with Khaled. He like there was a very select people. Like I've never talked about like the people that, and I'll probably like won't talk about like that much. But like so many people that you would like never imagine like reached out to him to do shit and offer him like crazy bags, and he wouldn't take anything. Like people already like respect him a lot. He's very well respected. Like even people now, they'll be like, yo, that's like some of my favorite shit ever. Like I love that motherfucker. Like if they knew A, what type of person he is really, and B, how solid he is to like his beliefs and how he just like stood on his shit, they would respect him way more. Because I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen somebody be so about their shit and just not give a fuck. Like me, I would fold. I would be like, yo, if they're giving me this and this, I'd be like, yo, like that's crazy. But he really stood on it. Like he was like, yo, I don't give a shit about any of this.
That's dope.
Like he got like, bro, he had like Drake on his nuts, like on his little Instagram or whatever. Like Drake followed him. He didn't even follow Drake back.
Damn.
And I've never like. He's one of the only people where it's like Drake will reach out to you and you.
That's crazy.
Don't like he didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't imagine someone doing that now. Like having Drake hit you up, want to fuck with you, and you don't fuck with him.
That's crazy. You know, I didn't even know that was you guys a part of that movement, or like at the beginning of that whole thing.
Yeah.
No, and people would hit me up at Mnstandup.
We weren't involved.
A&R's artists wanted him bad. Like, well, how can we get hold of him?
In the initial like whoop, that was just him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he kind of like would, you know, really like some of the main people that he would fuck with was like Bobby from
okay.
Here, you know what I'm saying? But like that was his whole like friend group or whatever. He didn't think that shit would crack off. He just did it just cause, like he wasn't trying to achieve any like national acclaim like that, you know what I'm saying? So it was all just like he did it, thought it was cool, and put it out, not really thinking or caring it was gonna blow up. but then it did. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool, and that's really like, it's funny. It's a lot of the reason why like I have a career, why I'm able to do the shit that I do now, and that think about that's how much sauce he had.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, and how much like for real like people were on his shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting residual like.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or but I guess if I was stupid, or if like me or Bobby were like stupid or like not talented, it wouldn't
You wouldn't
happen.
sustain?
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
would have happened. But it's just some people just need that little kickstart.
Everybody.
And now Bobby's doing what he's doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know, and it's just crazy. I've just never. That was like a one of a kind. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on one second. Sorry about that, people. Okay, we're back. Okay, so Tip, again, I know all this stuff, so, but I want the people to know this. You do a lot behind the scenes, and a lot behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know. I know you don't talk about it all, but can you tell the people of Minnesota about your contributions to the nightlife or underground nightlife and the wave you started? Like, how did that start? Because I lived in LA for like 6 years, came back, and you had this whole wave of shows going, like, that was taking notice, and it wasn't myth, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, it was like
Anywhere.
700, 1,500, 2,000 people in all these places, and I was like, this is dope as fuck, with a lot of energy. So how did that all like start, or like what was going on?
I mean, it's basically, again, it's like leftover juice from like the Corbin situation. So it's like people would know me from that situation, and then they would want to fuck with me.
Okay.
So I got fans from that whole situation, and they would just fuck with me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like a normal ass dude. Like, I'm just like different. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people would gravitate towards me somewhat. You know what I'm saying? So then I had my little wave going, and then I kept throwing shows, like throwing parties. Like, I threw a lot of different parties. Like, I would throw like an R&B party, just like random parties, like pop-up shit. But then a lot of what I would do is I eventually stack my bread up to where I could book artists that I would know would crack. That's like in the same lane as Corbin. Almost.
Gotcha.
You know, like the early like SoundCloud shit. So, like I did Suicide Boys for a show here.
Gotcha.
You know, and that was just like some homie shit. Like their people hit me up. It's like, yo, we want to do a show. We'll give you this to find us a venue. Woo. Same thing with Puya. Puya and them hit Bobby up, and we did that show. And it was just like, it was all just a very like natural thing. Like, everything that I've done, none of it has been like forced.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's just like, people want to go to the shows. All right, I'm about to throw shows, and I'm about to throw parties and do all this shit. And, you know, just fucking with like Alan. Like, one of the biggest parties we did was for Alan's birthday party. And
you guys had everybody come through?
Yeah, and it was like, bro, it was like I think it was like 700 people on a 3-day notice.
That was
dope.
dope.
No, like, we didn't do no physical promotion, no media shit. It was just like us. And like, you know, this was before all the like kind of SoundCloud shit was big. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, damn, this is fucking crazy. Like, and we didn't have no other big entities involved in that. So it was just us. So like, I could say, okay, I want to get a venue, got a venue, put it out, wham bam, did it. You know what I'm saying? It was easy. So, and that's another reason why I gravitated to it, honestly, because it's easy to throw a party. It's easy. You just have to actually care enough to see it through and to promote it, and actually like be down to put in the work. But at the end of the day, it's easy because you just have to. Maybe I'm tripping.
You're tripping. You're tripping.
Well, because I can, you know.
I mean, you do it. You make it look easy, but it's not. Just for somebody to just start doing it.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I guess the reason that I say it's easy is because I just go and get it. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something that I don't know how to do, I learn it as fast as humanly possible and do it. And I don't waste time. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing all this while I was still delivering pizzas.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So or working at the gas station. Like, I'll be working at the gas station, you know, promoting shows and be like, yo, come to my show. And just, I don't know, like, but really the way that, like, that whole movement started is just me being kind of in the right place at the right time, and really having the wherewithal, I guess, to, like, organize these events. And, like, okay, there's a shitload of people. I'm seeing that there's a movement going on, and I didn't even really capitalize on that movement the way that I could have.
Okay.
Just because something with, like, my personal shit is that I don't want to do the same thing over and over.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So for me,
is that why you never took a residency?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, because I don't want people to know where I am all the time. I don't want people to. I'm not trying to play myself out. I'm not trying to be dusty. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that anybody that does that is dusty, because I sometimes wish that I did that, because the money is so good and smooth. Like, why would you not? But I set myself up in a different way to where I wanted to be kind of more exclusive, I guess, or just, like, not so readily available for people. Like, because that's how I would do my parties, is like, okay, if they could see me at any time, they're not going to go to my parties. Like, if I was doing Aqua every Sunday and whatever, you know, like the Nomad on Tuesday or some shit like that, nobody would really give a shit about, like, the parties that I was throwing.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, the only time that you could see me, if you want to fuck with me, is at these parties that I throw. And I would, like, do literally everything that I could in my power to make them dope. Like, to the DJs that I, you know, have do it, like the hosts, the rappers, like special guests. Like, I was, like, really into, like, room design, so I would change the whole look of the room and, like, the flyers, like, everything. Like, so that's basically it. That's how I kind of created my wave, I guess.
Okay, let me get to a big one. Here. You have a flamboyant, crazy sense of style. Have you always had that, or how did that come about? Like,
I mean,
you're known for,
I guess,
having a look and turning a party up. Like how did this whole ensemble, like, how did you, you know, or has it just always been there?
It definitely hasn't, like, but there's like a lot of reasons why it works, but short answer, no, it hasn't always been like this. Like,
okay.
I did at one point dress like a normal human being.
Okay.
But actually, even, like, recently, like, when I was DJing all them parties and shit, I wasn't really like dressing like this, but I still had a little bit of, like, a kind of a weirdness to it, where it would be a lot of, like, vintage shit.
I saw that. I would always see you when I followed your vlogs. You would grab things out of the rest stops on tour, I want to say.
Yeah, I would do that. I'll do that every now and then.
Yeah, I would see that on your vlogs. I want to say it was.
So, but really, it kind of just naturally, like, evolved into this, because I would see it, because I used to be fat, so, or, like, a little bit more fat, so I couldn't, like, wear shit like this comfortably.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, shit, I could fit into any size. I'm a skinny motherfucker now, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I could fit into anything. So now it's like, I'll see something, and the shit that had me dying, just the notion of me wearing it is so funny. But now it's getting into a place where, like, I sometimes have to check myself, like, bro, this shit is not serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I've been thinking about it more, and people be having me twisted sometimes, but I also don't care about that much. You know what I'm saying?
What the?
Well, because people think, you know, people
think you're gay.
Yeah, get
gotcha.
kind of misconstrued. But then again,
well, doesn't that help your fan base?
Well, then again, I don't care about that either. If they think I'm gay or if they think I'm not, I really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that really, like, I'm not gonna trip about that. Because if I was gonna, I wouldn't even do this type of shit.
Right.
Like,
Right. Gotcha.
Because I fuck with everybody.
Right. Gotcha.
And that's how I can really weed out a real motherfucker from someone who's not. You know what I'm saying? If someone's gonna judge me based on something as little as that, you're a hoe.
Gotcha.
And not operating at the level to where like I would even fuck with you.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Because that type of shit, that's dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm only really fucking with people who like why would you care? Why
Yeah.
would you care what another motherfucker is dressed like?
Right.
There's no point. I don't care. I don't give a shit about what anybody's doing. You know what I'm saying? Clothes wise, why would I?
Gotcha.
You know, but like, that's the way that it kind of happened. Is like, I was wearing like kind of weird shit, and then I would go like super weird, like wear like crazy, just like not even wear pants.
All right, sorry about that. We're back. Okay, I got another one, man, because I saw you getting flack on the internet and things like that. Tell me, what's your ethnic background?
Oh, you talking about that?
We don't got to go into the flack. I just want people to.
I'm with it. I love it.
No. What's your ethnic like?
So my mom is white.
Okay.
Full white, but my dad is Spanish and native.
Nice.
Which he would say, but he would tell me different shit all the time, and he still does. So I really like, that's my thing. Like, bro, that's why anybody tells me, I don't even know. I know that I'm half white.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But the rest,
Gotcha.
it's up for grabs. Because he'll say Italian sometimes and say some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? But my dad's basically like, you know, he would say Mexican.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay, so I know this, and people that go to your parties, but how do you got like a wide range? You're really a hip hop head. You really know trap. You really know, like, how did that all come about? You really know music.
Well, I mean, really,
You throw a 90s party, you'll throw an 80s, and it's the hits from those times. Like, you be on point. Like, how did that happen?
Really, that came from me, like, legitimately being a huge fan of all types of, like, I guess basically would fall under, like, you know, hip hop, R&B. Like, I even like fucked with like jazz and like funk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I was a producer first, so I would listen to all the samples, and that's how I kind of got in my like 70s, 80s wave.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like a hip hop head coming up, like when I first got into music.
Gotcha.
So that's how I got up on all the 90s shit.
Oh, okay.
And then that's how I got up on like the underground hip hop shit. And then when I fell in with like, I guess honestly the first like current rap that I listened to was Waka Flocka.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the start of like a huge wave of shit.
Are we talking like
It's like
Roscoe Dash, like
sort of, but more like the harder shit, like all the like
Hard in the Paint?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hard in the
like
Paint was the first one. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like changed my perspective, because before that I was only listening to 90s shit, like all the classic like Wu-Tang, Nas,
Gotcha.
Biggie, all
Okay.
that shit. Like I was actually like against new rap.
Gotcha.
I was like, yo,
Okay.
that shit's trash. So I missed out on a lot of that shit. So I had to go back and like learn it. You feel me? So, but since then, really, I just like I'll learn it from just going out, and when I go out, I'm like a sponge. So like if somebody plays something and I fuck with it, I'm like, damn, like I see them turning up to this shit, I gotta learn that, and then that brings me to like tangents of other music, to where like when I was on tour with Denzel and them, they put me up on some shit that like nobody knows about, but if you played in Florida, everybody will turn up and they'll go insane. And the same thing like juke parties in Chicago, like and to an extent here, like when you would play like footwork music and like juke music, you know, here even to this day, somebody's gonna go up in the crowd, and that's shit that I wouldn't have known naturally, but just from being around the shit, I know it, and I'm like, damn, like this shit's hard, like everybody's fucking with this shit, you know what I mean? And that like adds to my like cachet, like my library is crazy, you know what I mean? So like it's all just from being a fan and really just soaking up game, like someone like and nobody really put me on, bro. Like that's the thing, like nobody was like, yo bro, I'm about to bring you to this, I'm about to bring you to this club and show you my list and give you my music. Nobody gave me shit really. You know what I mean? Like I built my shit from the ground up with the DJ shit at least. Like I had people, my roommate taught me, the one who like basically gave me my name. But he was like a head. He's like even more of a hip hop head than me. So he didn't know about any of the new shit, DJing in the clubs. Like, nobody really gave me any time of day, really, until after. Until they, I was at a point where we were like equals, and now everybody fucks with me. You know what I mean? Like, and they're cool. I love all the like club DJs in Minnesota, or every DJ in Minnesota. I fuck with them. That not all of them fuck with me, but I don't care.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not on that. So that's what it took. Like even like Inferno. Inferno was like when the Forbes article came out. It was like, bro, I didn't even know you did all that shit, or I didn't even know, because how could he? I'm not like a amp. I don't like blast out my shit that I do, like, anymore at least. I used to do that shit, but I'm not in people's faces like, yeah, bro, I just did so and so and this and that. If you ask, I'll tell you. But who's gonna ask? You know what I mean? Unless I'm doing an interview like
that's
this.
What I'm
like,
here for.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and for the people, he won't say it, but he was in Forbes. You also recognized for your dressing. What was that again? Vogue. He was in Vogue.
And it's like shit.
Monster energy drink. Like he does his thing.
That shit means a lot to me, and that's some shit that I can stand on, and I can be like, yo, like, that solidifies me in my mind. But I'm not like a gloater necessarily. Like, I don't. Every person I meet, I'm not gonna tell them my whole.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Rundown.
Right.
There's no way to do that.
Yeah.
And not be a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not on that. I don't need people to know that.
I see what you're saying.
Like, cause I'll meet people, and they'll just like, cause when you dress like this, you gotta be on some like different shit where you don't take yourself too seriously. You don't. So it answers a lot of questions before you even ask them. Or in some people's minds. You feel me? So like, I'm not on no like I'm better than anybody type shit, or I think I'm cool or whatever. Like, I'm a goofball. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't care. There's a lot of shit that some people care about that I don't give a fuck about, and I think I got that from, like, even from the little homies. I learned from the little homies too. Like, you don't have to care about certain shit. Like, if it doesn't feel right to you, like, there's some shit that people be freaking out about. That's not cool.
Okay, my last thing here. So you got the audio, you got the standard, the Spooky Black, the DJing. So how did you and Young Gravy link? I seen that you guys went on tour. You guys are about to leave tomorrow for a world tour. Congratulations on that. Like, how did that all come about?
Really, that's what's crazy. This is the craziest thing of all, I'd say, like, so far. Aside from, like, the Corbin shit was huge and crazy. But he knew about me before I knew about him.
Okay.
So he knew about me just because I was, like, when I was doing, like, a lot of shows in Minnesota, like, all the big shows, like, I was on a roll so hard for a while where every single flyer, I would be on it. Every show, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? And this was before the shows got really, like, kind of like, it's pretty corporate now, to where, like, they don't even do local DJs or local, like, promoters anymore. It's all just straight up, like, Live Nation or
I've noticed that,
whatever.
yeah.
Like there's no, they don't do it because rap is more popular now. So they'll announce a tour, it's already sold out without any local shit at all.
True.
Or the radio station. This is before the radio station shit too. So they'll just get it by default. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's easy for like promoters.
Yeah.
Or for like the artists and shit to fuck with them. That happened. Like, he had hit me up and I ignored him because I didn't know who he was. This was like during a time when I was gassed. I was
Hey, at least you kept it real.
Well, not even gassed to where, like, I would be shitting on people, but I would just, like, so many people would ask me for so much shit, and it's all like, this is what's whack about it a little bit. People will ask you for so much shit, never ask to, like, make your life easier in any way, or like yo, let's build something together. Like, yo, Tip, I got this idea for a party. Very rarely, like, my dude Yanni, and I guess maybe like a couple other people would do that, but the rest is just like, yo, let me get on this show, like, give me something.
Not I'll sell tickets or do anything or nothing.
It's not like, yo, I want to be down. Woo. But that's why I started, like, my internship program and shit like that. just because like some people do. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I would discern from who's just gonna be asking for shit all the time
Mm-hmm.
and who's wants to work
And build with
get
you.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he had hit me up and like I didn't know anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw him like going up, like started to see his name, and
Mm-hmm.
then saw that he hit me, and I hit him back, and I was like, "Yo, bro, let's do it." Like I was cool with him off the rip,
Mm-hmm.
like because I like people like that where they'll hit you up,
Mm-hmm.
not be like butthurt about shit, because I'm like that.
Right,
Like,
right,
if
right.
someone had hit me like, or I hit someone up and then they hit me later, I know you're busy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Like but he just called me.
Mm.
Or he just randomly like texted me. It was on my birthday. Or wait, hold up. It was either on my birthday or on the 1st of January. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was my birthday, some day. But he was like, "Yo, I want you to DJ for me on this tour. Like I want to bring. Initially it was me and Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to bring me and Bobby.
That's how I announced it on Minnesota Stand-Up. I swear, I thought I...
Yeah, because that's how it was. But see, it's so. That's another thing that I've learned about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much shit that goes on behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
like good and bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it just really complicates stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Gravy, and I know that he always has the best intentions in mind at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's solid, 100%. But he had hit me up, and then I think he kind of saw that I was really like on my shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't just a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I like after he said that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go make the flyer. I'm gonna go scheme on like promotion shit.
He ended up using your flyer, huh?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I saw that.
It's crazy. Like when he announced the tour, like people were talking about it, but then when like my flyer came out, it got way more attention because I really like I care about that shit. A lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like how he's perceived and how I'm perceived, and if I'm gonna be down with something, I'm about to ride till the wheels fall off. Like, I'm not about to let any like him looking whack. That shit's done. You know what I mean? Everything that he does now, I'm like on him. Like, yo, bro, like this is a misstep. Like this is, you know, like it doesn't happen that often, but it's like if I'm with you, I'm with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So really after he asked me to go on tour, after like the first, you know, after I'd say like the first 2 weeks, he was like, bro, I want you to be my DJ like full time, like forever, like for life.
That's
and I was
dope.
like, I'm down, bro. Like I love this situation because, and the situation with him is also really, it's special to me, honestly, because I've never had people push me so much to do more. You know, like because when I was with like Bobby and Alan and everybody, they have a lot of their own shit going on, and they're really like on a race to like the top. So they're not necessarily concerned with me and what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Or my like, not my career, but just like my output and what I'm doing and how I'm contributing to the situation. Like Gravy, on the other hand, is like he'll be very like, bro, yeah, do that. Like, do this, do that. Like, yeah, like, we believe in you, bro. Like, being around Gravy and all of his people, that's a whole different world.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, they just, not amp me, but amp me. You know what I'm saying? To want to do more. And, like, on this tour with Gravy, I had never spoke on the mic before. I had performed my whole life without ever speaking. I never said one word on the mic. I was against it. I was like, yo, I'm never doing it. And it wasn't.
Shout out Dolo.
Yeah. Shout out Dolo. Dolo was my guy. So I didn't have to. Like, and Dolo would, you know, he would do it better than I could even ever do it. But I was like, I had to, like, and the reason that I didn't, I would lie and I would be like, oh, it's just because I don't want to do it, like, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to. Woo, woo. I was scared. You know what I mean?
That's real.
I was scared.
That's real.
I was a pussy, bro. Like, I really, like, there's no other reason. So now, being around these people who, like, Gravy's already at the top. So he doesn't have to worry about, like, so much of his own shit. He's still on his shit, but he'll still like talk to me. Like I'll be like, yo, bro, I'm nervous to do this shit. Be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you saying? Like, bro, we love you, bro. Like, you're killing it. You already been doing good. Like, just go out there and do your thing. Like, they motivate me. You know what I'm saying? To really, really like go the extra mile. So that's just some random shit. You know what I'm saying? But
gotcha. That's dope.
But that's something that I've learned through like fucking with them. Like, they're way different type of people.
Is there anywhere you're excited to go since you guys are going on a
I
wanted
to go to
tour
to France.
Okay.
We're not going to France, but I think we're gonna go just like on vacation after. But I've never been to like, I think like Helsinki and like Warsaw and shit like that, Poland. Like I've never been to the Netherlands before, because I've been to Europe. We'd already done 2 Europe tours. Like me and Alan were mobbing, and we crushed that shit too. And it was crazy. Paris is crazy. Really the craziest place though is Sydney, which I had no idea. I love doing this shit because I don't know what to expect.
Gotcha.
I don't know nothing about geography. Like, I don't know shit. Gravy will give me shit because I'll be getting shit wrong, spelling shit wrong. I don't know nothing about that shit. I only know about here. You know what I mean? But now fucking with him, I don't like flip my whole shit to where now I'm thinking worldwide.
That's dope.
You feel me? So, but I'm excited to just honestly do the U.S. and really like do more than I've ever done. Because now I have a whole new mentality towards performance. Like, on this next tour, it's about to be completely different from any tour that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Or been on. Like, I research every day, like, for at least 2 hours, live performance, and how to make my show and what I do, and by association, everybody that I'm involved with, do better and look better and be more polished and be more like, I want everybody to walk away and fuck with what we did and be like, wow, like, I've never seen no shit like that before. Like, their live show is crazy. You know what I mean? It's because it's already like that. But I want it to be for real, like, undeniable fire.
Dope.
Every time.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, Tip, man. We appreciate you taking this time out, brother.
I appreciate you too, man. I would never talk to nobody like this if it wasn't you, bro.
Thank you so much for that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell the people where to find you and all your different little spots that you want them to find you?
I really only post on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, type in T, shitload of eyes.
Actually, I lied. I got one more thing.
All right.
You used to be like the Twitter king. What happened to that? Because I want to say they gave you an award for it, didn't they, or something?
Oh yeah.
They like crowned you.
I got best Twitter of the year.
Yeah. Why no more Twitter?
Well, there's a couple reasons, but the main reason, to keep it a stack, people are fucking mean on Twitter, bro. Like, they're mean as fuck. It's all the most toxic.
That's true. Yeah.
People, you know what I'm saying? So it's people who, you know, give me shit for this, that, and the third, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or just like, because I'm not built for that.
Gotcha.
Like, there was a while in my life where I would like try to cater to people who I was not like. I'm more like on some shit where I don't like. I care about people. I care about everybody and everybody's well-being and shit like that. I just don't give a fuck about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just doing me. Like, I'm just doing my best and whatever I can do. You know what I'm saying? And trying to be the best person I could be, but I'm not perfect. And I'm never gonna lie about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people on Twitter, it's just for real, like, all the most toxic motherfuckers.
Gotcha.
So, and then it's also like a dying platform too, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, let me go fuck with Instagram, because when I post on Instagram, it's so crazy. Everybody, it's unanimous love on Instagram. Everybody loves my shit, and I try to push that too. Like, I'll show everybody love. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just weird to me. Like, I was thinking, like, why am I like forcing myself to do this? I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, it's dusty. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. So I might as well just go to where shit's cool and people are nice. Like, fuck it.
Dope.
So that's what I did.
All right, we'll end it on that.
Yeah.
Tip.
Yes, sir. And men stand up. No one's popping.